Oh, I had a nice cartoon too, but anyways, thank you for allowing me to speak to you. Um, I was on the OEB. They have a rate calculator that you can compare all your utilities with, and you just click on it and you see it. So I have some numbers here. This is for residential, 750 kilowatts. Erie Thames, $115.15. Tilsonburg, $108.70. Hydro One, an urban rate, is $116, so they've topped that. Woodstock, recently amalgamated with Hydro One, is $114, so they're cheaper than us. Norfolk, somebody Ontario Hydro bought, $120, $5 a month more. This is per month things. Clinton, also owned by Erie Utilities, is $120. Don't know why, but $5. Integris and Chatham, I come from Chatham, Kent. That's where I was raised. Horrible place to distribute electricity because it's huge. They don't have power plants. They don't have a lot of places. They're very spread out place, and they're $107. So they're $8 a month cheaper than what we pay in Ingersoll. St. Thomas, $111 per month, $4 a month difference. $4, what's $4? That's 2 Tim Hortons coffees, or it's $50 a year. And what can you do with $50 a year? You know, because it's $50. You can use that. And what do we got here? St. Thomas, $111. Hydro One also has a rate increase before the board. So Hydro One, if they get their rate increase, Woodstock Hydro will be higher than what Erie Thames is. However, Woodstock Hydro's increase is only $1.15. Erie Thames, wanting to maintain the leadership as the most expensive municipally owned utility in southwestern Ontario, is asking for $2.70. So we will again be the leader. This is a quotation. We recently had a merger with Goderich. I didn't see it on your things. Is it not all the way through yet? Still in process. This is from Chris White. It says, Earth's president and CEO, Chris White, told the Sentinel Review last month that he anticipates nothing but positive impacts for the communities Earth operates in. Better service, better reliability, and lower rates. So there will be many efficiencies gained. White said about the merger, this will give us the added horsepower to navigate through the new utility landscape going forward as the customer expectations start to change. And that's related to the Earth Corporation, the Goderich merger, which hasn't gone through. So when we get those efficiencies, then maybe the $2.70 is premature. Okay? So we can't as residential customers or commercial customers, we can't shop around. We can't go to Walmart to get our electricity. We can change our rates, but we can't change our delivery costs. You can get into those. Everybody's seen in the news. You've got the industrial user that's got a $100,000 bill and he only pays $2,700 for electricity, global adjustment charges and everything else. But when you calculate that all out, he's only paying $14.50 per kilowatt, which is something I would love to be able to pay. So there's the only thing that's more confusing than trying to figure out electricity rates is trying to figure out municipal tax rates and their increases. So it's how it's skewed. There's a chart back there that says they want $2.70, but we've saved these savings or everything else. It doesn't really matter what the savings have been within our system because we're still comparing it against all the other utilities. So the question has to be, I had a little Christmas picture and it shows the energy bill increase 150%. And it says the utility sends out a technician to the house to install a larger mail slot for the bigger bill. Also have a pot on there on Marley's Ghost because I've been in business, I've been managers of things, large corporation, and how money shifts around inside a corporation. If you're a very efficient, very good provider and you do a good return in an organization that has many different divisions, sometimes because you're doing well, they actually shift charges over to you because you're doing well and you can afford to pay more of the head office costs and still look good on the books. So by your efficiencies and by your profit-making ability, you're actually subsidizing the rest of the corporation, which brings me to another point. Erie Thames, a global municipally owned corporation engaged in many different businesses, including Erie Thames Power. Earth Corporation, although directors are chosen municipally, there's really no public information on each division. There's no salary disclosure of directors or senior management. It's not available to the public. We do not know how much of Earth Corporation subsidizes the rest of the businesses. We don't know that because it's just when you have your finance guy, he picks a number. He can change that number within the thing. We don't know as a public. We do know that we're an expensive utility. Buy our hydro from. We do know that we don't have a choice. We have zero choice on that. If you want to live in Ingersoll, you buy your power from Erie Thames. Earth Corporation versus Hydro One. For our rural partners, it's cheaper. It's cheaper for them versus getting it from Hydro One because the medium residential rate, or the medium density, I think it's called, with Ontario hydro rates, are expensive. You think your hydro bill's expensive? Go live in Mount Elgin or go live in one of those other places. Go live between here and Thamesford, and you'll see what what's the next level down, or up, I should say. For rural, it's rural, right? R2, yeah. Move there, it's very expensive out there. So there are some advantages to Erie Thames being a diverse, we have, so, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with spreading our the ability to give our neighbors a better rate. And conservation expenses, as Earth grows, these people are mandated to ensure that you use less power, and they have to pay for that, right? And that's something that, you have a program to help us. They give us LED Christmas lights, and they go into businesses and replace the fluorescent tubes and stuff like that. That is all. There's staff provided to that. There's people that there's an expense. But as you grow bigger, that overhead cost should actually come down, and that's what we're doing. We are growing, and it's simple business stuff. I mean, these things, but we don't seem to be getting that return for some reason. And when you look at the electricity rates, and I just picked out a few, but I went through all the ones in the thing. You look at the ones that are as high, close to what Erie Thames pays. Every one of them has been involved in, they have extra businesses, they have mergers and acquisitions, they're a growing corporation, and it costs more money. But we're told when we grow, it should save us money. And the other part of it is that if the rate increase is turned down, we're already at the highest, so why not just leave it? If the OEB should just leave it, what happens? Mass power burnouts? Is that what happens? You already have capacity within the system to do your stuff. Layoffs? Are we gonna have to lay people off? We don't know. We're just asking for more money from us. Or if the OEB turns down this rate, is there going to be a rededication to finding the efficiencies mandated by a board of directors that has the interests of their own stakeholders, you and me, at hand? So that's the option. When you're in business, if you can't increase costs to your customer, you have to find where the efficiencies are. This is an easy thing to say. I'm not saying easy. I realize the work involved in making that presentation, but I'd say that we should say no to the increase and let Erie Thames, and they have very good staff and everything else, let them go back and say, hey, how can we do this, do everything that we need to do without that increase? That's it.